So in this screencast, we will quickly go through how to leverage Okta Developer Platform to enable authentication into your applications, your portals, or your product. Now, a lot of times, the requirements that we see that our customers need is to enable authentication from social media providers such as Facebook, LinkedIn, Google, and so forth. And the need of that is to drive the adoption, the initial adoption to your product or your application because you want to make it easy for your users to come and access your application. Uh, Not only that, but a lot of times once they have adopted or they have started using your application, there's also a case when the need of change of life cycle happens. For instance, if there's a business process that changes the life cycle of the user, for instance, there's a security policy that changes, there is a need of higher privileges in your ecosystem, um, uh, and so forth. But in such cases, at times you have seen that our customers take advantage of Okta's capability to switch the authentication provider. So, for instance, I might come and authenticate into your application first via my Facebook login, but at some point, you would need me to change my user access. So you help me control the password within your own ecosystem, which is enabled by Okta in that case. So you have higher control on the access that they have in your ecosystem. So we'll go through a quick demonstration how you can leverage Okta Developer Platform to make such lifecycle changes. So I have a demo application here, which basically is integrated with Okta, and you see that I can either sign in with Google or Facebook and so forth. If I don't have a profile, I can register here as well. So let me start the login with Facebook. So once I hit login with Facebook, Okta accepts the call and asks me to log in from my Facebook account. So one thing, this is the first time that I'm logging in with this account to the application from Facebook. So if I hit login, at this point, Facebook recognizes this is the first time that they are authorizing the access via this account to an application. So there is a user consent that Facebook prompts. Let me go ahead and accept that. Now, if you see, I authenticated from Facebook at this point. After consuming the consent from Facebook, Okta authenticates the user and gives the token and gives me access to the application. Let's quickly look at the user profile in Okta at this point. So if you look, I have created another user here, which is Tom Demo 101. If I go and access this profile, you will see the profile is active. However, my profile is managed by Facebook. It means I do not have password of this profile in Okta. And I will always access Facebook to authenticate and get access to the application. Now let's move to when you have a need to change the authentication provider from Facebook or Google or so forth to Okta. So as part of developer platform, Okta provides a set of APIs to make that transition. So if you go to developerokta.com, you will see different APIs. So first one that I want to go through is the reset password. So if you look at this API, this basically gives you a capability to trigger the password reset for the existing user. And with this API, you can quickly reset the password for the user. That would generate a process for them to choose another password. So you can, after resetting the password, you can also give them a capability to set the password. So I've downloaded the Okta Postman endpoints here in the Google Chrome plugin. So let's see, let's quickly go through the reset password. So this is the reset password API endpoint. Let me fill the user here, gmail.com. This was my user ID that I keyed in to authenticate from Facebook. It takes the it takes the API key, and that's pretty much. So if I use this API at this point, API resets, changes the profile status to reset password. So if I go back and refresh this, you will see that the password reset is now the status of the user. It means I cannot log in with Facebook that I was using. Now, to enable the user to choose their password, because you want them to choose their new password in your ecosystem, you will have another endpoint to enable that. So this is a set password endpoint. This also takes the API key in the authorization header and the user. And in the body, you can fill the password. For instance, I'll say Okta123. Now this user is ready to have the password controlled by Okta. Now this API has successfully executed and enabled the user to have a new password. And if you see, now it's active again. So if I go back and try to now authenticate the user with the password, now I'm making an API call back to Okta from this application, and I'm not logging from Facebook. I'm able to authenticate and access the user.